Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered if we're alone? Well, for a few decades in the 20th century, that question took on a whole new level of urgency, mixing alien curiosity with earthly paranoia. Let's journey back to a time of spies, secrets, and flying saucers. The year is 1945. World War II has just ended, but instead of global peace, a new kind of conflict emerges, the Cold War. The world splits into two camps, led by the United States and the Soviet Union. This wasn't a war fought with armies on a battlefield, but a war of shadows waged with intelligence, propaganda, and a terrifying nuclear arms race. Both superpowers were desperately trying to get a technological edge over the other, and secrecy was everything. It's right at this moment that something strange starts happening in our skies. Reports of unidentified flying objects, or UFOs, explode across the globe. Ordinary people, experienced pilots, and even military personnel began reporting bizarre sightings. Silent, disc-shaped craft performing impossible maneuvers. Dazzling lights moving at speeds that defied physics. The famous Kenneth Arnold sighting in 1947, where he described 9 crescent-shaped objects flying near Mount Rainier, is often credited with coining the term flying saucer and igniting the public's imagination. Suddenly, everyone was talking about visitors from other planets. Comic books, movies, and pulp magazines were filled with stories of little green men and their advanced spaceships. For a public grappling with the dawn of the atomic age, the idea that we were being watched by a superior intelligence was both terrifying and fascinating. Were they here to help us, or to conquer us? The narrative was simple and compelling. Extraterrestrials had arrived. But while the public looked to the stars, governments were looking over their shoulders. For military and intelligence agencies, the question wasn't, are they aliens, but are they ours, or theirs. In the high-stakes chess game of the Cold War, an unidentified craft flying over your airspace wasn't a scientific curiosity. It was a potential national security threat. Could these strange disks be advanced Soviet bombers, capable of delivering a nuclear payload without warning? Could the Soviets have reverse-engineered alien technology, or perhaps developed something entirely new and revolutionary? The paranoia was palpable. Every unexplained blip on a radar screen, every pilot's strange report, had to be taken seriously. This fear led the US Air Force to create Project Blue Book in 1952. It was one of the most extensive official investigations into UFOs ever conducted. Its mission was to analyze UFO reports and determine if they posed a threat to national security. Over its 17-year run, Project Blue Book investigated more than 12,618 sightings. The team worked to debunk, explain, and categorize each one. And they were pretty successful, for the most part. The vast majority of cases were attributed to mundane things. Many flying saucers turned out to be misidentified stars like Venus, weather balloons reflecting sunlight in strange ways, or even unconventional cloud formations. Others were simply conventional aircraft, seen under unusual conditions that distorted their appearance. But here's where the story gets really interesting. After all, the analysis, 701 cases remained officially unidentified. These were the sightings that defied easy explanation, the ones that kept the mystery alive. These were the cases that fueled conspiracy theories and convinced many that the government was hiding the truth about alien visitations. So, what was really going on? While the public, and even some investigators, were focused on aliens, something else was happening behind a thick veil of secrecy. This was the golden age of black projects and experimental aviation. Both the US and the USSR were pouring billions into developing aircraft that could fly higher and faster than ever before. Think about the U-2 spy plane, developed by the US in the mid-1950s. This thing could fly at altitudes above 70,000 feet. At the time, commercial airliners flew at around 20,000 feet, and the SR-71 was a marvel of engineering. It was a matte black alien-looking craft that could fly at more than 3 times the speed of sound. Its unique shape and incredible performance were unlike anything anyone had ever seen. When it was being tested in secret over the Nevada desert, it's no wonder people thought they were seeing something from another world. And the government couldn't exactly come out and say, "Oh, don't worry about that flying disc. It's just our top-secret spy plane we're using to surveil the Soviet Union." To admit the existence of these projects would be to give away their biggest secrets to the enemy. So, what did they do? They let the UFO narrative flourish. It was the perfect cover story. If people thought they were seeing aliens, they weren't thinking about secret American technology. In a strange way, the public's fascination with extraterrestrials served as a convenient smokescreen for military operations. This created a bizarre cycle of secrecy and suspicion. The more the government denied or deflected, the more convinced people became that a cover-up was underway. Why were so many documents heavily classified? Why did official explanations sometimes contradict eyewitness testimony? To the public, it looked like a conspiracy to hide alien contact. In reality, it was often a conspiracy to hide Cold War technology. The line between science fiction and national security became incredibly blurry. The Cold War didn't just create the technology that was mistaken for UFOs. It created the perfect psychological environment for the UFO myth to thrive. It was an era defined by secrets, mistrust of authority, and the existential threat of nuclear annihilation. People felt powerless, caught between two superpowers playing a dangerous game. The idea of powerful, godlike visitors from space offered a strange kind of comforter, a new kind of fear that resonated with the anxieties of the time. So, when we look back at the UFO phenomenon of the mid-20th century, we see a perfect storm. We have genuine, unexplained aerial phenomena, a public primed by science fiction, and two global superpowers locked in a secret technological race, using the UFO myth itself as a shield. The Cold War turned our skies into a theater of mystery, where every strange light could be an enemy spy, an alien scout, or simply a reflection on a weather balloon. It's a fascinating chapter in our history, where the fear of the unknown from above was matched only by the fear of the enemy next door. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into one of history's most intriguing mysteries. What do you think was really going on? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the past, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories that explore the hidden corners of history. See you next time.